So, the question is, can you vertically loop a modern gyroplane? Well, let's give it a try in the simulator. Because I may be crazy, but I'm not stupid. So, how do you go about this? Well, what you do is you get altitude, and we're climbing up to 1,000 feet here, which is not the correct way to do it. So get up to 1,000, level off a little bit here. Let the speed start picking up. We're doing about 90, now 100. Now we're nosing down slightly, full throttle. And we're getting close to the VNE on this machine, which is 115. Pull the stick all the way back. And gee, mini Christmas, it does it. We lost 700 feet. So what does that tell me? Well, that tells me that if you were going to do this in a real gyroplane, you are crazy and stupid if you try this, because the rotors are rated about safely 3 Gs. The manufacturers say we double rated them, so they're really rated at 6 Gs. But who knows how many G's you pull at V&E after a dive. So what we're doing here, we're climbing back up, and we're going to get up around 2,000, I believe. Yep, we're at 1,900, 2,000. And we're leveling off at 2,100. And now we need to pick up that airspeed. No, we're still climbing. I decided it was safer to do it at 3,000 feet. So now we're at 2,750, 2,800. This is MSL, by the way. Okay, level it off, dropping the nose, picking up speed. There we are, VNE 115, 120. Why not push it a little harder since we're doing this? Here we go. Full loop. And then, to top it off, we'll do a 90 degree or 180 full turn. This is a 3G maneuver. Excuse me for the cough there. So anyhow, as you can see, in the simulator you can do it. Please don't try this at home. Don't try it in a real gyrocopter, because otherwise you're going to end up on the ground. And I'll show you what that looks like. If you unload that rotor, I'll show you what happens. Stand by. Okay, this is an engine out, and then a subsequent power pushover so that you kill the rotor. No engine, no rotor. And believe me, when the gyro hits the ground, it doesn't stay in one piece like this one does, or it doesn't bounce like this. It plants your ass right in the ground. So here we go. This is yesterday, and I was tired of pattern work and the hundreds of landings around the pattern again. So I decided to fly up the Merced River Canyon from Hetchy Dam and head up the canyon, and which eventually puts you at the Yosemite Valley floor, which I've flown before. But the mistake here was not having enough altitude. You notice I'm right now above the mountain peaks, But I let myself just kind of keep flying along about 3,500, 4,000, not paying attention to the fact that I'm getting closer and closer to ground level, and letting myself get down right over the mountains. Winds this day, there was a storm front coming in. The winds were about 25, 30 knots at ground level. Who knows what they were up at this altitude. And anyhow, they were from the north, and this canyon is running basically east as we're flying. And we're flying along, not making, just enjoying the view. And all of a sudden, you'll see what happens. We're just going along. Oh, what was that? That was a wind current that came over the top of that mountain and just shoved me over dramatically, instantaneously. So I recover, think I'm okay, and now current reverses. It's a whirligig. It's a whirlwind. It's slamming me back and forth. So what do I do? What should I have done? Turned around and got the hell out of there. And immediately started climbing altitude. But no, I didn't do that. Net result was the last good gust slammed me into the mountain, and here's where I ended up, doing the backstroke down the Merced River. Not a good idea, folks. So, meanwhile, back at Merced, I pick up another gyrocopter. I have several in my stable here. You know, you never can tell when you're going to put one on the river. So anyhow, we're taking off from Merced here, climbing out at full power climb. Actually, not a full power climb, but we're climbing out a decent. And we're going to fly around. We're wondering what stupid thing to do next, so we're just kind of looking around, playing with the controls, checking out the new gyro. And then we decide, okay, so now let's do not a fake emergency engine out. Let's do a real one. Let's reach over and shut the mags off so the engine's really dead. So we don't have the option of not landing. So stand by. If you watch the engine RPM, which I don't know if you can catch it, but you'll see it drop. It's gauge on the second row, second in from the right. And here we go. Just about here. I'm stalling. I'm stalling. I should cut this part out. It's boring. Anyhow, we're at 1,100 feet. There I go. That click, click, click. I shut the engine off. Nose down. Picking up my speed. 65. Looking for a place I want to land. I'd land on that road, but there are too many telephone poles. Don't like chopping my rotor off. Down just right about 60. Here's a nice little irrigation ditch, pretty hard packed, not wet. And we're coming in right at 65. And there we go. Success. So here we go. We started the engine again and start to climb out. We're up to about 250 feet. Climbing out. And what do? I decide to shut the engine off again. Try that again. And I pulled it off one more time. I was trying to make that road, but why didn't I? Not enough altitude, baby. So, the last question today is, will power pushover kill you? The answer is, without a doubt, there are no resets or do-overs in real life. And no, the gyros don't stay together and bounce like that. They just plunge us 6 feet under. You just have to bulldoze the hole over. So to end for today, don't let all this depress you. It's just a simulator. It's just playing. And I'm going to end with this nice little happy rotors. Fly safe.
That's all, folks.